Hi guys, it's Millie with Millie's Vibes, and I am back with another plant shop tour. I am super excited about this one. This is Pueblo in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been shopping with them since 2019, and I will say their shop has evolved over time and it has been so much fun to watch. But this plant shop probably sticks out to me the most just because it's so curated, it's so intentional. There's so much detail here to appreciate, and they do a really good job of rotating the selection, rotating just even the placement of plants and how they display them. So I really appreciate their attention to detail and the care that they put in. You can see the detail in the ceramics, the pottery. Anytime I'm wanting to treat myself, I come here. I will say, as a plant collector going on 4 years, what I find a lot of satisfaction in now is these smaller details. So, pairing plants with super nice, unique pots. A lot of their selection here are locally made, handcrafted, so really good options. You'll see we have some money trees, some Scheffleras, Stromanthe right here. Just a really unique selection. Some Micans, some Philodendron Brazil. It looks like some ferns here as well. But they don't only do plants, they have amazing gifts here, even for people that maybe aren't plant people. They have a cafe, I think they have coffee, matcha, I think some non like caffeinated drinks as well. And then they've got a whole outdoor area too where you can come and hang out, read books. It's just an amazing environment. Side note, this plant I wanted so bad. This is a giant oil painting that they have. I could stay in this shop for hours. I just think I've never seen enough, and there's always something that I look over. I noticed that when I was rewatching this video. This is a Ficus umbellata. Personally, I like these better than the fiddly figs, but that's just my opinion. Again, with the ceramics, the colors, they've got a Hoya carya growing up that corner with a little Soltec light. We have some begonias, a giant fiddly fig, which I think is for sale. And then these white plants that I came back to are white plant pots. I think they're self-watering if I read that correctly. They're very unique looking. Got some anthuriums here. Maranta over there to the right. This was actually the first plant shop that I ever came to. This plant right here is gorgeous. Philodendron hederaceum. It's growing up some type of pole. And this is their resident monstera, which is just clearly loving life. There's also a pot coming up here that I'll show that's kind of like mid-century. I feel like I'm really resonating with that style as of recently. That terracotta with a white bottom. Oh, I might have to go back and get that. Now we are entering the green hut, the greenhouse. This is where all the fun is. Some Maranta, we have a lot of ficus. We have some ferns in there too. Just excellent variety. They've got, I would say, more unique plants. Plants that I don't see oftentimes at other plant shops, but they've also got really good, like, steady varieties. This is a philodendron. Why am I blanking on the name? Squamifera? Another hederaceum. Schefflera. Got a really pretty tetrasperma here. Big monstera. They have a lot of these umbellatas. I think that's how you say it. I love those plants. I just don't have the space or the area for it right now. Over here, we're about to come up on a Maranta. I have never wanted one of these until I saw this today. It was so pretty. It was almost like silvery, but I'm not a Maranta girly personally. If anyone knows what this plant is with like the seven leaves that we just went over, I would love to know. I didn't know if it was like a coffee plant, an ivy plant. I honestly had no idea. I got a new little leaf right there. I think these are bromeliads. Don't quote me on that. I think that might be a bloom. This was a alocasia metalhead. It was really pretty. I'm not an alocasia person either, just because pest, but that plant I had to look back at a couple times. A big money tree here. They had a couple of these plants as well. They posted what they were called. I'm not going to attempt to spell or name it, but they're very unique. This is a calathea. You guys, when I tell you it was so soft like silk, oh my gosh, I had to like really try hard not to come home with that plant. We're also going to go back. I think that was a lily right there on the right. That plant was really gorgeous too. Got a pretty Dracaena here. Another fiddle. This was probably my favorite plant of the day. Like I said, I think it's a lily. The color, the detail, I couldn't get a shot of the price on it, but they've got really nice specimens. So they're well taken care of. I would say their prices are a little bit more on the higher side, but I really trust the quality that they put into them and the care. They also have done repots for me too in the shop, so I appreciate the quality in their selection. I think that's an aglonema, peperomia obtusifolia down there. I don't know if this is some type of fern. It was really pretty as well. And then we have some Hoya pubicalis, I believe, up here. And then down below, I think it's like one of those holiday cactuses. Nepenthes over here. These are carnivorous plants. I've never owned one. I think they need pretty decent amount of humidity, so that is not something that I can consistently provide. I think this corner is their like rehab section. I'm not totally sure. Now we are back inside looping around the second half of the store. This is closer to their register. Here, if you guys can tell me what this plant was, I don't know if it's a jewel orchid. I thought it was a peperomia for a second. I have no idea. But we've got some scheffleras, money trees. We have some Hoya cronii, I believe. Some ferns. Excellent variety. Some snake plants. I think I see I was going to say Photonia, but I don't think that's what that is. I noticed I had some really good hanging plants, so Cebu Blue, Pothos, Philodendron. Those moss poles are super nice too. And then this is kind of like the gift area. A bunch of like random stuff, but really well curated. They've got amazing candles, amazing books, as you can see. Just gifts for anyone. They also have like cat and dog toys, which I think is super cute. This is more in the center of their store. That's a resident Norfolk pine, I think. I also love these posters that they have. This is kind of a little art display right in the center of the shop. Giant birds of paradise. I cannot believe I do not have one in my collection yet. Over here, these are some more carnivorous plants, but these are display only. They're not for sale, which is a bummer because they've got a couple hanging pots. I don't know if it's Ripsalis or what. In the top right corner, oh my gosh, I think that thing is so beautiful. It almost looks like a Hoya linearis. I know it's not, but that might be a varicosum right there. But yeah, these are right by the street, so you can see them before you walk in. And now I believe we are going to head outdoors. This is probably my favorite area because you can come here, edit some videos like I do, read a book. A lot of people just meet up with friends and hang out. It is amazing, and the coffee is actually so good. Like, it is probably top five best places for coffee that I have found, and not even just because of the environment, just the coffee is exquisite. I absolutely love it. They've got a whole bunch of variety now with succulents, cacti, euphorbia. It's always fun to come out here. I'm a sucker for these outdoor plants. This is kind of right in the center. A ton of variety. This I really, really, really am considering coming back for. That plant with the pairing of the pot, the terracotta, oh my gosh. And then you'll see the cafe right here. I got a honey lavender latte, I believe. It was very good. Staghorn ferns, I love these. They always remind me of Benji. He is probably my biggest YouTube influencer. This is kind of a seating area. Gorgeous Wilfin. More plants. I love how they utilize this tree. They always hang different plants off of it. And then here are books that you can read while you're browsing or just relaxing in the back. The other thing that they're very mindful of and intentional with is placing native plants out here that really help with the local pollinators in Arizona. So I always notice they have bees over by that pond, well, both of the ponds that they have in the back. You see butterflies, hummingbirds. So it's really cool to see. They've genuinely created an oasis in the desert. And when I first started coming to the shop, I think it was either 2018 or 2019, they were in a different location that was probably like half of the size and they really didn't have a backyard space. So it's been really cool to kind of grow alongside with them. This is gorgeous. I saw a lot of these in San Diego. The new leaves are crazy. They remind me like Willy Wonka or something. And now this is towards the way back. This is where like cacti, succulents, a whole bunch of amazing options are. They've got a ton of terracotta pots too. I really liked these hanging baskets. They actually weren't too expensive. I think they were like 30, 40. These plants right here are crazy. If you guys have seen the flowers for those, I think they draw in like flies or something and they smell kind of nasty, but I think they're super cool looking. I actually have this plant right here, Euphorbia zipper plant. I don't know the actual proper name, but it's pretty interesting. And yeah, we are towards the end, guys. We've got some aloe back here. I am glad you guys stuck around. I am hoping to keep these plant tours up, but I wanted to start off strong. Like I said, Pueblo is one of my favorite places. I've been shopping with them by far the longest out of any plant shop, so I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.